G'day, welcome back to Tamiya Talk RC. Well, today's a bit of a different video. It's also a bit of a special one because we have three firsts for the channel. First one would be we finally got in our first batch of channel stickers, which we're going to show you in a minute. I say first batch. Obviously, we're going to get more when we run out, but this batch that we got didn't quite turn out 100%. Well, we're not 100% happy with them. Not completely the fault of the printing company. It was kind of the print that we sent, or the sample we sent them had very fine font, and some of the stickers just turned out blurry. But most of them turned out alright. So we're going to send those out to the couple of people who've sent us their address, and they asked for stickers, so we're going to do that for them. But when we've redesigned the logo, and when the new stickers come in, we're going to send them out to the same people as well. So that's the first thing. The second thing, very exciting, we've had our first channel donation from Peter Edwards, one of our subscribers. He's been a subscriber for a long time, watches all the videos and really likes what we do for some reason. I don't know, he must be weird like me. But thank you very much, Peter. We're going to go through what Peter sent us in a minute. The exciting thing about Peter's story is it's not just him that's into the hobby. I think he has a collection of about 20 to 25 cars from memory. But it's also his wife and his son who build and drive the cars as well. So they're all part of the collection, they're all part of the hobby, so that's really, really cool, I think. And also the third thing, we're going to do our first viewers cars segment. And the cars that we're going to show today are also from Peter Edwards, who gave us the channel donation. So yeah, we're going to go through all these cars, and he sent us some information about each car, so I'm basically just going to read out what he sent us. And there's a couple of nice cars in there. There's a really nice green lunchbox. I really love the green that he painted there. I remember there's a frog in there that's done blue, not pink. That also looks pretty cool. But you'll see that later on. So let's come over to the bench and see what we got. Okay, so first up, channel stickers. You can already see I've used two of them for the bench already. So we'll just pour a couple out here and we'll show you what we're dealing with. So this is basically it. Tamiya Talk RC. Now, I did say I wasn't 100% happy because I don't have any of the blurry stickers up here. They're all downstairs at the moment, but the Tamiya and the Talk, just on some of them, was just a bit washed out and a bit blurry, which is, like I said, not 100% the company's fault. And we did redesign this logo to have bigger font, or a different font and bigger letters. But I do feel they could have kind of let us know that there was some stickers that weren't quite up to scratch. They could have let us know and could have asked us if we were going to be happy to accept them, in which case I would have said no. But anyway, that's another story. But they're our channel stickers, and like I said, we have had a few people who would like a few stickers, so we have your addresses, and now that we have them, we are going to send them out very soon. We obviously have a lot more than this, but so that's that. Now, on to our channel donation from Peter Edwards. This is very exciting. The Yokomo RS 2.0 110 scale EP touring car chassis kit. He didn't send us the Yokomo RS 2.0. No, what he did was send us some 3D printed items. He's even written it here. Channel donation, 3D printed items. Now he did send me an email and tell me what he was sending, and it all sounded really, really cool. So we're just going to go through everything and see what he's done for us. Because look, when we started this channel, we weren't expecting people to even like our videos. Certainly weren't expecting people to you know, like it, like what we do so much that they felt like they wanted to send us stuff. So this is, I have no words, like really. This is so generous of Peter to do this. We can't tell you how much we appreciate it. There's some really cool stuff in here actually. So, what have we got here? Blackfoot driver's head. I haven't taken anything out of the bags yet. It's all 3D printed parts. Now, it's actually my first time actually having anything to do with 3D printed parts. I can see what they mean now by some of them you might have to sand away some of the lines to clear them up a bit, but that's all pretty cool. Now, from memory, that looks a bit different to the Blackfoot driver's head. Just hold that thought for 2 seconds, because I have a spare Blackfoot driver's head. Okay, so this is the driver's head that we didn't use in our Blackfoot build because we had a Ninja Turtle head laying around, so we used that. Now, what a difference there. So I'm guessing Peter printed this off to use in the Blackfoot. But looking at the two of them, this guy here looks like he should be on the side of Mount Rushmore, and this guy here looks a lot like Vanilla Ice to me. Ice, ice, baby. Okay, enough of that. But that's really cool. Definitely going to use that. We might even use this head when we do the Ford Ranger XLT project. That's the first one. Next one here. This is really, really cool. I'm looking forward to this. A bunch of switch adapters for the tiny little switch that comes with the Hobby Wing 1060. Now, I haven't even looked at these yet. Not exactly 100% sure how they work. I probably should have been a little bit more organised for this video because I don't even have a speed controller here with a switch on it. But he sent us a bunch of these. I don't know, a quick count, probably 10 of them. So that's really, really cool. I can't wait to see how they go together. So basically what these do, I can speak English. Basically what these do, from what Peter said, you can mount the Hobby Wing switch inside this mount and then mount this in the original spot in the Tamiya cars where the larger switch is supposed to bolt into. So yeah, that's going to make things a lot easier. So yes, we're definitely going to use them, Pete. This one I can't wait to have a go at and use. This is, he's calling it soldering fingers. So it's a stand where you basically lay, I don't even have any wire here, you bare the ends of your wires and you just lay them into whatever size slot you need, and you set that on the bench, and then you don't have to hold any wires, you don't need any kind of clamps or anything like that, and then you're free with two hands to basically solder the wires together. So I can't wait to have a go at that, because I always have trouble soldering wires together because my hands do this as soon as I start soldering. Big bag here, we got a 1/10 car stand and a shock stand. Now, in Pete's email, he said he saw that in one of our videos I mentioned that I really got to build a shock stand for when we're building CVA shocks. And, well, he's just gone ahead and sent us one. I don't have any CVA shocks to build at the moment. Don't even have any laying around, but I'm sure they all fit. And that's going to be really, really handy for when we build our next set of CVA shocks. And before we do this one, he also sent me another shock stand that's just needs to be put together. So then we have 2 shock stands, which is super cool. And the last item is a stand to set your cars on. Now, get this out of the way. Up until now, thanks mate. Up until now, we've been using the boxes that the speed controllers come with. There isn't a speed controller in here, otherwise I'd try that switch. Well, you can't see any of them at the moment. Either the boxes that the speed controllers come in or the boxes that the motors come in. We've been using them for car stands. But he sent us this. So, sits the car off the bench very nicely. It also has a couple of bits of rubber tape on the stand. And like I said, I know nothing about 3D printing, but I'm not trying to break it, but that feels really strong. So I'll get it like the Sandscorch. As you know, the Sandscorch is a pretty weighty car, and you can feel actually with it sitting on it, that's really grippy on there. So Pete, I might send you another email. I might actually buy a couple of them off you, because yeah, we've got quite a few cars that are still sitting on the wheels. So that is Pete's very, very generous and awesome donation to the channel. We can't thank you enough, Pete. Pour these out of the packet. We'll put them away again later on. Where's that? There he is. His old Vanilla Ice. Like I said, I have no words for the generosity here. We were never expecting anything like this. We will be putting all of this to good use, Pete. Don't worry about that. And rest assured, your stickers are on the way. Now, let's just have a go at this shock stand. Now we have 2 legs, a bottom brace, and the actual top. There you go, you can sit there. The top bit. Actually, that looks... You might be able to fit some smaller shocks in that car stand, actually. Okay, off topic. Bit of a tangent. So, I'll start with the top bit. I don't know if there's a top or a bottom. Doesn't look to be. So it looks like these just slide together like this. Now I don't know if these are Pete's designs or if he just printed them off various files or what, I don't know, but hey, look at that, there you go. One shock stand built in seconds. So once again, Peter, thank you very much. And now we are going to go on to the first episode of the Viewers Cars, which I think I might have mentioned is from our donator, Peter Redwoods. Second thoughts, he kind of looks a little bit like Max Headroom. Right, so first up, we have the Tamiya Fire Dragon and Tamiya Manta Ray. So the Fire Dragon is Pete's young fella's car. It was pre-painted. The body was pre-painted in box art. He's running a GT tuned motor and a 5,000 milliamp NIMI battery. The Manta Ray is Pete's car. It's painted in PS46 iridescent purple green. Now, I reckon that'd look really good out in the sunshine, I reckon. That's running a 20-turn core RC motor and 2S LiPo. I'm pretty much just reading the emails that Pete sent, and it turns out I can't read very well today. So, yeah, that Manta Ray screwed along pretty good, I reckon. So, next up, we have the Thunder Dragon and the Saint Dragon, both from Tamiya, of course. So far, Pete has 3 of the dragons that he's caught. I haven't caught any of them yet, so I'm a bit jealous about that. So they're both done in box art. The Thunder Dragon is Pete's wife's car, actually. And he's running a GT tune motor and a 5,000 milliamp battery. Nickel metal hydride. The Saint Dragon is Pete's car and running a sport tune and the same battery. The next 2 cars are the Yokomo RS 1.0 and the Kyosho Dirtmaster. Now, I know nothing about these cars. I pretty much know nothing about any cars that aren't Tamiya. I really should look into a couple of different brands here and there. So the Yokomo is Pete's car, painted in PS58 clear pearl and then PS10 purple. So yeah, that'd look good out in the sun. With a 15 turn core RC motor and 2S shorty lipo. I'm going to have to look into this core RC motors. Pete seemed to run a lot of them. The Dirtmaster is Pete's young fella's car, painted in PS16. It's the metallic blue. And again, the 15 turn core RC motor and a 2S shorty lipo. So now we're back into familiar territory. Okay, so now we have the lunchbox and the frog. Now, I really like this lunchbox. I was trying to pick the green. Turns out, well, just by looking at it, looks like exactly the same candy green that the candy green grasshopper was done in. Now, to get this is actually Pete's missus' car, but to get this, he's painted it in TS52 candy lime green, and then covered it over with TS55 pearl, clear pearl. So I'm going to actually try that with a standard grasshopper body, so that we have a shelf queen candy green body for the candy green grasshopper that we have, because that body's getting a bit beaten up and they're hard to get now. So the lunchbox is running the standard 27 turn with a NIMI battery, which is pretty much all they need. They're fun just right out of the box. The frog is Pete's car. He said he wasn't a fan of the pink, so he went with the PS3 blue instead. And it doesn't look out of place. I actually don't mind it. And that's the same as running the standard kit motor, but he's running a 2S lipo, so that'll brighten it up a little bit. So next up, we have the Neo Scorcher and the Top Force Evo. Now they put a bit of work into these cars. There's quite a few hop-ups. There's a bit of a spiel about these ones. So the Neo Scorcher is Pete's son's car, painted in PS3 blue. Looks a lot lighter than the other PS3. No, it might be the same. So a few blue hop-up options. He says alloy prop shaft, prop cups, alloy front and rear arms, alloy shocks, full turnbuckle kit, universal joints, front and rear, alloy motor mount, alloy steering, alloy shock towers, front and rear, and runs a Tamiya stock TZ motor and 2S lipo. So that would scoot along nicely and look good the whole time doing it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, good work on that one, Pete. The Top Force Evo is Pete's car. This is what I love about this guy. His whole family's into these cars. It's great. This came with a pre-painted body, which I think they all do, maybe. He's upgraded to an alloy motor mount and swapped out the metal idler gears for plastic ones. He's actually included the parts number for that gear set, which is pretty cool. That's if you're interested, that's part number 50529. That's a Tamiya set, and he's running it on a BZ motor with 2S lipo. Now we run our standard Top Force, or the original Top Force, on the BZ motor, but with a NIMI battery, and that flies. So I can't imagine how quick it'd be with a 2S lipo. So on to the next ones. We have the Tamiya Neo Fighter Buggy and the Tamiya Nova Fox. Now the Neo Fighter Buggy when I first saw that come out, I absolutely wanted it. And I waited too long to try and get it, because now I just can't find one. I'm sure I can get one from overseas, but can't get them from any of our local, not local, but usual places that we buy cars from. So I'm going to have to look back into that one. So the Neofighter, again, is Pete's son's car. PS13 gold. Looks, again, it'd probably look good out in the sun. I've never been a fan of gold, but it doesn't look out of place completely. Super stock RZ motor. Geez, that'd pick it up. With a 2S LiPo. Yep, no, that'll go right, I reckon. Nova Fox is Pete's car. Box art, PS4 blue. Super stock TZ. Jesus, that's quick for a Fox. And running a NIMI battery. So, yeah, we have the Nova Fox, and we're only running the standard 27 turn, and that is a really pretty car. So for us anyway, the stock motor is plenty fast enough for that car. Yeah, with the TZ, it'd just be out of control on our track. Our track isn't very good for fast cars. So on to the next ones, which are really cool. So the Holiday Buggy and the Boomerang, two of my favourite cars actually. The Holiday Buggy is Pete's wife's car, running a torque tune motor and a NIMI battery and the CVA shock upgrade, which would help it along a little bit better than ours. We're just still running the friction shocks. The Boomerang, now this is an interesting one, painted in PS6 yellow. I actually don't mind it. That looks really good. You did a good job there, mate. That's running a sport tune motor, which is basically what ours is running, and a NIMI battery. And Pete says that the yellow, he got his inspiration from his original Boomerang from the 80s. So that makes it extra cool. So now we have the Hot Shot and the Hot Shot 2 Blockhead Motors edition. Hot Shot is painted in PS15 metallic red, which that'll make it look a bit better. Sport tune motor and a NIMI battery. The Blockhead car is Pete's wife's car. That's pretty cool. Pre-painted, as I think they all are. Hang on, it came pre-painted, but it's non-box art. We didn't like to tack in number plates, so left those off along with a few decals. Okay, so I have to have a... Oh yeah, looking at it, it does look a little bit different. Sport tune motor with a NIMI battery. So the Tamiya Mustang and the Yokomo RS 2.0, which we now have the box for. Thanks, Pete. So the Tamiya has a few alloy upgrades. He's running a torque tune motor and a NIMI battery, and he hasn't told us what colour it is, but it's some kind of gold. And no, that one looks pretty good. Yokomo RS 2.0. What's he say? The Betty design body shell painted in PS54 cobalt green. Now I do like that colour. Four-wheel drive belt driven car. Sweet wheels and tyres, runs a brushless Hobbywing 21.5 stock motor with a 2S shorty lipo. Yeah, that'd poke along pretty good, I reckon. And it looks pretty good. It looks kind of Lamborghini Diablo-ish. Yeah. Okay, next one. So next we have a car that I am sure that I am going to mispronounce the name of. The Ray Kiri GT. That could be wrong. And the Tamiya VW Golf Mark 1. The Ray Kiri is on the TTO2 chassis. It's Pete's son's car. It's painted in PS14 copper, really nice colour. A few alloy upgrades, and running a torque tune motor with a NIMI battery. The Golf is Pete's wife's car, painted in PS17 metallic green, with a couple of alloy upgrades, alloy shocks, running a torque tune motor again, and a NIMI battery. So, the Wild Willie 2, one of my favourites, and the Tamiya Hornet, also one of my favourites. It was actually the first RC car that I ever wanted as a kid, and never got it until later on when I was an adult. So, Wild Willie 2 is running a standard 27 turn motor and a Nimi battery, and the Hornet painted in PS23 gunmetal. Okay, kind of looks black in the photo, but that'd stand out in the sunshine. Standard 27 turn with a Nimi battery as well. It's pretty much all you need for those cars. So this here is a squash band chassis. Peter's yet to paint the body for it. This is his wife's car actually. He said it's going to be painted in PS54 and PS1. So that's, run my memory. I forget what PS54 is, but PS1 is obviously the white. I'm guessing the roof's going to be white. He's running the standard 27 turn with a Nimi battery. And yes, he's found out the hard way that it has a lot of bearings, and he has replaced all of the bearings with plagued bearings. Very good bearing company and good to buy from. So yeah, can't wait to see that one painted, Pete. So the RX Memorial fighter buggy. This is an interesting one. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it or not. Not anything that Pete's done with it. It's just the car itself. Bit of an awkward one, but it's painted box art and pretty much standard, running the standard motor and a Nimi battery. Grasshopper 2, it's running CVA shocks with a 540 motor in it actually, instead of the kit standard 380. So now our Grasshopper 2 is just a shell queen. It's still got the 380 motor in it, but we've never run that and we probably never will. But I guess it'd go all right with the bigger motor and the oil-filled shocks. So I'm not sure if we're prepared to do that with ours, but maybe we can. They're pretty cheap, them ones, so maybe we can get another one and give it a go. So there you have it. That was Peter's collection. Quite impressive. I really like that yellow boomerang, and especially the candy green lunchbox. I'm going to have a go at that myself on another Grasshopper body, I think. So again, massive thank you to Peter Edwards for his very generous donation to the channel, and also for giving us the opportunity to show off his collection so far. He says he's running out of room a little bit. I mean, aren't we all? But I think he's just going to keep buying cars. I really hope he does. He seems to have a passion for it. His whole family does, actually. So we're hoping to do more of these viewers' cars kind of collection videos. So if you want to have your collection, or even some of your cars featured on the channel, send them through. We'll show them on the channel if you like. There's really not much else to say. The Sand Scorch is only here because it's sitting on the 3D printed car stand that Pete sent us, and I don't know, I just like it. So again, massive thank you to Peter Edwards. I've said it 1,000 times, but yes, thanks mate. So all there is left to say is thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and have a great day.